I'm going to drain this tank, try to catch some fish. Then I got to pull out all the plants.
Hey everybody, it's Susie Q and I'm here to show you just what I do. I have a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q.
Welcome to QueAquatics and Exotic. Today I want to talk about my 120 gallon freshwater tank. This tank means so much to me for many reasons. For one, my honey gave it to me on Christmas almost 2 years ago. And when I got this tank, I knew I wanted to start documenting what I was doing with the aquarium hobby. So that's what started me on YouTube. A couple of reasons why I need to tear this down. The main reason is we're renovating and getting rid of that wall, and they can't really tear the wall down with the tank here. For two, the sump broke a while back and I've been using sponge filters, which is not a bad thing. I love sponge filters. But I think I found out the reason why my sump is not working properly or has not ever worked properly. And I got it by watching one of KG Tropical's videos where he was talking about the return lines, and if they're not set up or if they're set up too long and on an angle, it could gurgle. And not only was it gurgling very loudly, it was also pumping the water up faster than it was draining down. It was causing a lot of issues where I had to turn the pump off. And right now I have about 10 rainbow fish in here, 2 clown loaches, 2 viajes, and about a dozen cory cats. And I should have, I haven't seen it in quite some time, is my rope fish is in here. I haven't seen the rope fish in a long time, but that doesn't mean that they're not in there. This is 120 gallon with lots of hiding spots. So I am going to tear this tank down. I'm going to start draining it. I'm going to rehome these fish downstairs. I do have a 40 gallon breeder ready. I have 55 gallon downstairs if I need to use, and a 29 gallon. So when I reset up this 120, I think I got something very cool in mind for it. Well, at least in my opinion, I have something very cool in mind for it. So I'm going to get started. I might do some time lapse. I'm going to drain this tank, try to catch some fish. Then I got to pull out all the plants. And I think when I pull out the plants, I'm going to do a little bit of with hydrogen peroxide. Because as you can see, there's some algae on here. A lot of the substrate on this side is lava rock. And a lot of the substrate on this side is aqua soil. All mixed with all different substrates, honestly. Because I had so many bags of all different stuff, I was just trying to get as much as I could. And I think only the low light plants survive because it's low light. And the light is so low and it's so high up that they're the only plants that I could get to survive in here. I love this piece of wood in here. I'll probably keep this wood and put it more towards the center. So let me get started in tearing down this 120 gallon tank. So I have most of the fish. I didn't get any of the cory cats yet, but I got my 2 viejas. I think I got all the rainbow fish. I got the pleco. I see lots of cory cats. I do see another rainbow there. I don't see a rope fish though. I just keep moving. Don't stop. So I got it drained and I got all the fish out but one. I found the rope fish. And he's in the back overflow, and I can't reach him from here. He's had to have been back out. Well, I haven't seen him in probably 4 weeks, so I don't know how long he was back there. I just gotta keep going. I have an idea, it may not be a good one, but I'm gonna add water to the back overflow, and with some prime. Be a little cooler. Then I'm going to see if I can start sucking it out. Maybe the rope fish will go in there. Yay! I got 'em. I got 'em. You're not gonna mess with me now, are you? Got a couple extra sponge filters just floating around in there. This is what my 120, yeah, this is what was in my 120 gallon. Minus a dozen cory cats and the clown roaches. Some of the cory cats are in here, but not all of them. So that 120 gallon has turned into this 55 gallon. This is where the rainbow fish are. See if I can get a good shot of them. Keep the camera steady. So this has 3 sponge filters in it. 1, 2, and this one up here moving around the top water for now. Oh, look at that cory cat. Oh. See if I can get a close-up on a cory cat here. Here's a couple. Pardon the glare. Now that they're down here and I'm working on the tank, 120 gallon tank, I think I'm going to do some hydrogen peroxide on these plants and see if that helps with all this algae. I just might keep these guys in this 55 gallon tank and plant it up a little bit. So let's go take a look at the ropefish. Ropefish I put over here in this 55 gallon mainly because it's the only tank I had that had a lid on it. And it was critical and I was running out of time. And I was in the middle of the night, and not the most ideal situation, but this is where they went. And I'm pretty sure they're still all from the same continent, but that does not make them compatible. Now he has been in here several days, and so far so good. Everybody has respect for each other. Let's hope it just keeps going that way until I build a new tank. So my living room wall just got torn down. Tons of construction. And look at my 120. Oh, don't forget to hit that notification bell, says Sophie. I do have the driftwood in there. This is the back of the overflows. And I'm going to paint this black or put black vinyl here and here. We have to disconnect all the tubes from the sump, and I got stuck. I couldn't get some of these off, so John's being a sweetheart and helped me disconnect these tubings. I just could not get them off the bulkheads. I couldn't budge them for the life of me, so. Here's the tank. It's just sitting on the hassock. And we've taken it off, and here is the this is the base. It's broken, so I have to take off the bottom, take off this plywood bottom, and either make a new one or support the sump because this is all rotten. Part of me just wants to get a new stand, but I'm not in that position right now, so. Okay, so we're going to take a closer look at this sump. This is a sump that I took out of the 120, and I haven't used it in a little bit of a time. And let me explain how it worked and what pump I was using. I'm going to try to show a little bit of how this worked. So as the 2 pipes, there's 2 pipes in the overflow that came down and one went into each side. As it came into here, it would go through the bio balls and go under, over, under. It didn't work out that way. So it just flooded this first compartment. It basically just flew over. Anyway, there's a slight under. And because the bio balls kept coming over, I put Oh yeah, I just put a little plastic thing in here to keep the bio balls from staying away from the pump. This had some charcoal in it and some other polyfill. Here's my big sponge filter here. I added plastic light diffuser on this side so that it had a chance to go through the sponge. And then it came out to this utility pump, mag drive utility pump, 1200. It was a Danner 1200. It's really hard to see the label, but it pumps up 1200 gallons, and on the end of 1200 gallons per hour. And on the end of this was a sponge, so that just in case anything got in there, it didn't get in here. So this worked for quite a long time. This is actually the second pump I got since I've had this. And then the water would pump up through here into this T, and the two T's would feed up into two different PVCs that shot the water out into the tank. And really nice water flow, really nice filtration. At one time, and I had a video out there, I have a video out there when this started leaking, because one of these, what I call Band-Aids, silicone broke and popped out, so I had a leak in my sump, and I was able to fix that. And I don't know if it's the pump or the way it was set up or what, but yeah, I got another sump for underneath it, so I'll show you that when I go to set the tank up. But I wanted to show you what I currently had, what could possibly have made it all of a sudden stop working well. But then the water was pumping up faster than it was draining out, and I think it was because when the hoses came down, they were long, they came down, up and in, and I think it's supposed to be at just a nice 90-degree angle, maybe a little less, right into here without so much up and over. So when I set up my next one, I'm going to set it up different, but I'm going to talk to some people that know what they're doing before I set it up, so I don't set it up wrong, because it's really hard to get to. So once it's set up, I want it set up right, and I can't wait to show you my new one. But it served its purpose very well. This sump came with the tank from. It came from the fish tank guy. I'll put a link up here. I couldn't remember his name at first. Sorry. So here's the room, still under major construction. I got a couple chairs on top of each other. Doesn't everybody? This is kind of where the tank is going to be. It's going to be pulled out. This chair isn't going to be here. My 120 gallons is going to be here. The 74 saltwater tank is going to be here. But this is where it sits. I can't finish it. I can't even move on until I get some more of the construction done and cleaned up. So stay tuned, because I cannot wait to set it. It's going to feel like it's fresh. It's kind of bittersweet because my first big tank, I had to tear it down. At some point, I'm going to be able to rebuild it, and that's going to be exciting. Now, I'm still debating whether or not I want this to be for my Oscars or my Polypterus and my electric blue Jack Dempsey's. Still trying to decide what I want as my show tank up here in the living room. I really appreciate you guys coming along while I say goodbye to my 120 gallon tank for now. Until I get to set it up again, I will see you next time.
Hey everybody, it's Susie Q, and I'm here to show you just what I do. I have a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q, and I'm here to show you just what I do. I got a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q, and I'm here to show you just what I do. I have a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q. Na na, hey everybody, it's Susie Q, so come along with me. Said I'm Susie Q.